podcast here. This is wife of the party, and she's a lovely person. I like what she has to say. She sounds really smart. I'm gonna listen to her at. I'm listening to her at 1.35 because I don't like listening to things at the regular rate because it's kind of like crazy to me.
I've been to 4 different countries in Africa.
Okay, first we'll start. This is hot. There's burner already on.
From your back, right? Whatever the phrase is. They're gonna give you everything. But some bad people are gonna take that hospitality.
So hot water burner. This will be in there for 5 minutes.
Wow. So you think that's the worst scam?
I think it's the most vicious scam.
Spoon fork. All my ingredients are in here. I'm gonna grab this little container.
Anything with actual investments, those are huge. Actually, big butchering is under work.
So
Pig butchering?
Yeah, have you heard about it? It's kind of big butchering scams are kind of a hybrid between romance scams and investment scams. So they look you in by you'll get a text from some random, girl saying, "Oh, look at me, I was selfie. Oops, sorry, wrong number, but how's your day?" And then they just innocently start a conversation with you, eventually turn it into a flirtatious relationship, eventually convincing you to invest in some bullshit. And then they have, they hijack your life. You're getting lined up to swap. Yeah, they said you have it.
You're moving too fast. First of all, no, I want to hear about your question, but I've gotten a text from someone like that and they say, "Oops, wrong number, but how's your day?"
Is this Marcy?
Yes. And then I'm like, I'm not going to continue to talk to you because it's the wrong number. I don't need a friend.
They tried,
But I didn't know that was the start of the scam.
That's exactly how it works. And again, a lot of, male or female, and, you're just looking for someone, and all of a sudden, this hot Russian girl at the wrong moment. I'm sorry. Oh, did I send you?
I tossed 4 leaves.
It just happened that I'm shortless and breastless and just, whatever, breastless. It starts like, oh, wow.
I tossed 4
Asian mafia.
cabbage leaves from the refrigerator into here, so that way I have everything all packed in here. Got some tempeh. Excited for that. It's so good. I don't have like a preparation, do they?
Hundreds of women sitting in the call center, traffic, forced to do this labor, talk to Americans or whatever, to lure them in, and they like each other, let's do it, start dating, and then the person who's going to close you, hey baby, I'm making so much money, they're going to see the website, so you can see like the stock market, Bitcoin, 130,000%, baby, look how much money,
I can smell it already.
And you see everything like moving stock market, it's alive. And you guys start 5,000, and they're going to make you think that you just made 100K. They look at you like, oh my God, baby, so the business, you do this and people do.
And is that pig butchering?
That's more of a term used to describe when they're looping you in with like your romance. Like crypto scams and investment scams in general are just super random. And, they can be. And too, a lot of this stuff is these scammers are actually buying ads. So you'll get ads on Facebook, or like you can't Google phone numbers anymore. You can't say what is the Amazon customer support number because the scammers are purchasing those first 3 results on Google. Are sponsored.
Are you kidding?
So they will
I just Googled the customer service number yesterday.
Go to their website instead. Don't Google it. You can't necessarily trust what comes up. The first 3 results are paid for. So if it's Amazon,
Poisoning already.
Google what's the Spectrum customer service
I
number?
wouldn't recommend you do that.
What?
Yeah, I would go to spectrum.net or whatever it is and reach out. Or log into your account and contact them. Flip the card, if you have your debit card, credit card, flip it, call the number on the back. See the number on the back?
Really?
Don't go, what is Bank of America customer support hotline? And it's going to go straight to scammers' pocket and they're like, yes, hello. Oh, my name is Mike.
5 minutes.
How can I help? They can call you as your bank. They can spoof the bank. So even if you receive a call, even if it's the right number, it could be a scam. They can hang up the call back. They can spoof phone numbers. They make it look like your mom's calling or Spectrum's calling. And now with AI, you're going to see your mom. She's going to sound like your mom. And you think that you're talking to your mom. And she said, hey, baby, I just got in a car accident. I need money. Can you wire me?
I've heard about this one. This just happened to someone. I was just talking to someone about this, where it was their daughter. It was someone's daughter's in college. And they got a call, and it sounded just like her daughter, and she believed it. And she paid them some money. I don't think it was a lot of money, but it was. And then her daughter called later, or she called to check in with her daughter, and she was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's why we
always
watch
say,
this. You cannot you always say, make a password. Hey, mom, if it's for like, hey, daughter, if it's really you, the family password. What is the name of our cat? Our cat.
Okay, so that's really good to know. So make a password with your family members. Yeah. We have a family password. what about Penny?
We did a social experiment. We will go to something like Venice, Conrad, and we ask people like, hey, this is a little bit of 90 out of 100 people will be passing the country. What?
Our password is one.
That's great. An exclamation point and a special character. You know you add the different symbols.
How are you talking about your login password? Our verbal password for our kids, like someone's getting Oh, I see. People's like 10 passwords, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crazy. How do you remember all your passwords? It's impossible. This episode is sponsored by May and Mental Health Care. And remember that whatever you're going through, you don't have to go through it alone. So currently, I have this pre-cancer on my face, and I'm going through chemo, really painful, and I'm not sleeping, and I'm thinking about my health, and it's something I definitely spoke to my therapist about last week. BetterHelp therapists work according to strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the U.S. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you, so you can focus on your therapy goals. The short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and our 12+ years of experience in industry-leading match fulfillment rate means we typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time for unclear advice. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 6 million people globally. And it works with an average of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. You don't have to be on this journey alone. Find support and have someone with you in therapy. Sign up and get 10% off at BetterHelp.com/right. That's BetterHelp.com/right. I have something called LastPass. I hate it.
LastPass got in some deep shit.
They did?
A couple years ago. Yeah, they got. I don't want to misquote the article. Look it up, but yeah, they got fully hacked. Completely.
So it's not.
I haven't reached out to them for problem, but I wouldn't use it. No.
It's not ironclad.
Everything's in line.
I know.
And that's what I you know, hey, you overshot. I think you overshot. Did you make this purchase? $1,000, $2,000, especially during holidays. Oh my God, they just bombarding you. Venmo, PayPal, did you send money? I sent money. And you're like, I just hey, this. How did you know I did send that? I do use PayPal or Venmo. No, that was not me. Every single time you get an email, and give you the number, that number attached, all the way to Indian call center with Indian mafia, and they professionally train how to talk to you, how to close you, how to make
Apple
sure
cider
that you
vinegar.
trust them. They call you my grandmother. Oh my God, you sound exactly like my
They'll
grandmother.
convince you to get the remote access to your computer, and that's when your whole life is fucked up.
So then how do you know when it's okay to get, like, if I
This
call
avocado
the
is
Apple
split in
support
half
center,
and it wasn't
and they
ripe
say,
yet, so
"Do you
I
want us to call you back
checked
when you're ready, so you
online
don't
like
wait on
what
the
is
queue?"
the best
Do
thing to
you say,
do,
"No,
and
I'm
it's
gonna wait on
like
the queue"?
I can see
put the seed
Is
back
it?
in,
They
the
don't have
pit,
they'll call you back?
Yeah, I mean,
put
it's
the
again, it's a coincidence thing. Just,
you know
gotta,
avocado back
you gotta log
together.
into your account or go to their official website and interact with them that way.
I
Find
don't
some other
know.
way that's not Googled, and that wasn't like we live in a time now. Like Sebastian.
I don't think it worked, but I'll try.
Back in the day, people would ring your doorbell.
Right.
It was a happy occasion.
Yeah.
You know, it's hey, we got company. Now you have to treat everything like it is now with getting your knock. No one like wants anyone to knock on their door anymore. You have to treat
It's
every solicitation that comes at you
moldy.
that way.
That's
Anyone
not
that's contacting you first, whether it's a phone call, an email, a text, anything, unless you request, take a minute and
Okay,
assume
so
that
that's
it's
not
bullshit and do
staying
your research.
around.
Pause, ask questions. There's never a circumstance where someone's going to reach out to you and need something urgently that you need to act on. If it's legit, if it's really the IRS, they'll send you a letter and you've got a lot of time to figure it out. They're not going to call you, never pull you. They're not going to call you and tell you you're going to be arrested today. That's never going to happen. So anyone that's reaching out to you first, it's not something you requested. If someone's reaching out to you, you have to treat it with the same kind of skepticism. Who is calling me? What do you want? Ask questions before you give any information. And it's okay to hang up and talk to your family. You should. Sure. Don't ever be pressured. Don't ever be rushed into anything. It's just the scheme's evolved, but the methods are the same.
And scammers will do whatever it takes to brainwash you and then say, do not talk to the family. Hackers, oh my God, these Russian hackers.
Oh, you're gonna have hackers in your network. You're gonna lose your money.
Listen, 6 of them. One from Ohio, one from Miami, one from this, and they just like, you need to take your money and we're gonna send you an agent to move your money securely to Federal Reserve Bank. And then you have Asian mafia, Chinese mafia to be specific, cash you, showing up at your door of your parents,
What?
taking $200,000 in a duct tape in a box from
That's what we go after.
This is what
when
we
we
do
do state houses with law enforcement. We're arresting those people. We're arresting. We're baiting them.
How do you break them? Oh, maybe you can't tell me that.
Oh, no, okay.
We play part of it. So I pretend to be an old man. So I can do an old man. We have a realistic looking mask, and they're scrutinizing scam daters more than ever right now because of this stuff. But
What you did?
yeah, we play the part of the victim, and we let them do their thing. We social engineer them to go to an in-person pickup, and they think they're coming to my house to pick up cash, and they get arrested. And idea, then not only put returns on it.
Welcome. Making dinner. How are you?
So it's just, we show people from beginning to end. This is how the scam works. This is who's behind it. This is what's going on. This is what you're showing up for. And then we have some fun with it too, because we're debating them. It's ridiculous.
People
The
don't,
things that we say to them are ridiculous.
people don't understand and they don't realize that. That's why public awareness is. Viruses on your computer, all the tech savvy, that's India. Somebody who rely on you, I love you, baby, so much. We're going to Africa. And there is a PCH lottery scam, right? You won $50 million in pink Mercedes, but you need to pay your taxes up front. You need like, pay 70 grand, 100 grand. That's Jamaica. So scammers are international, but someone has to take that money from your parents or from you.
Right.
That's how Asian mafia and Indian mafia get them back together, and they said, all right, we're going to give you cut from every single box, from every single victim, right? Their whole job is they give them rental cars, they're going to give them hotels, they're going to give them Airbnb, flights. They go through all 50 states, and their job is to go every single house. So scammers, they're scamming them, and then they come to you, and they're going to say, yeah, I'm FTC agent, I'm FBI agent, we have Russian hackers, give me the box. And you move, like all your life, you've been working so hard to save your money for your kids or whatever. You put it in your box because you think you're securing your money, right?
Mm-hmm.
The person vanished. And this is all his job, is collecting money. And we, Trilogy Media, sitting in the bushes with the cameras, with a mask, absorbing, we used to say that she's not there. We push agents. They will give us a house, they will give us like the shirt, they will make local PD, enforcement, and we have police in the house. Knock, knock. Ashley, sorry, people come, barely can walk. No, that's just personality. There's no acting. This is him. And what's the password? The prosecutor can be seen because prosecutor need acknowledgement,
Yes.
fake money, like
Because you're prosecuting someone from a bait,
yeah.
which is very possible. And when law enforcement says you have to have a victim, it's horseshit. But still, there's certain parameters that need to be proven that they are here to rob you and they're not, being duped themselves, which in certain scams happens as well. But that's kind of a whole other layer.
Right. First of all, where can people watch your videos?
Trilogy Media on YouTube.
Okay.
We've had the channel about 10 years now.
Are you on Instagram too?
Yeah, we got all the social stuff. We do mostly long form stuff. That's when we post on Instagram stuff, it's kind of like derivative, cut shorter from the platform. But we love longer videos. Our videos are long because we tell the whole story. We just like to show what happened from the beginning to end, not just end result. Here's a scammer. Like here's what we did from the beginning to actually find this guy and
Right.
all the hurdles we faced going into it. YouTube, Trilogy Media,
Or you can watch on Fox Nation. We sold our documentary last year.
Okay.
National television.
Scam,
Yeah.
and we have a platform called Trilogy Plus, which is like our own streaming platform because YouTube is abhorrent with
You cannot
policy
show
enforcement.
faces. You cannot show.
So it's uncensored and it's like more, the way it should be on our
Right.
platform. Just
Right,
we have
right.
to play the games of YouTube and shit.
Yes. Well, wait a minute. Okay. So
Can I breathe for a second? This is bombarding me.
I am so innocent.
Hello, welcome.
I
How
am
are
so,
you?
You have tainted me. So
Sorry.
no, I'm just
That's good.
I am really innocent of this because I just and I'm a little heartbroken, but that there's so many different ways to be scammed. Like you see the PayPal and the you buy what is it Geek what is it?
Subscription,
Geek Squad.
olive
I get those
oil.
all the time. Oh my god, I use Geek Squad since like 2000, so I know that that's a scam.
Same script, just they
You just change the shell, but
It's exactly the same.
So if you had to give quick bullet points to someone listening about what not to do, what would they do?
Well, for me, the first and foremost is what I said about just having a skepticism about everything. Unfortunately, that's just the reality.
Okay, so be skeptical.
Anytime someone is reaching out to you for anything that you didn't ask for, ask questions and pause. Don't ever be rushed. Don't
Okay.
ever be rushed. Don't ever be pressured. Don't let anyone try to scare you or whatever it is. If it's a fake company or a fake government, whatever it is, there's no reason to ever have to listen to somebody just because they called you. You don't have to stop answering the phone. Like to older people especially, you don't need to answer every phone call. Like stop answering the phone. Like first and foremost, don't ever let anyone connect to your computer remotely.
Okay, so be skeptical.
Mhm.
Don't allow remote access to your computer.
Don't click any single link that you receive via text message or emails. Cost of giving you 35% of Visa refund. Click it. There is a QR code. Scan it. Do not click on any links.
Hello, welcome.
Right?
It's cliche.
Keep coming.
It's
How are
cliche,
you?
but if it's too good to be true, it's, scammers will play on your fears or your dreams. A really big scam will play on both things. So if they're promising you a lot of money or they're threatening you with some kind of danger, a massive red flag. It's not
Welcome,
Do
welcome.
not
How are
ever
you?
tell the number that you receive an email. In that email that you receive, invoice, right? From Pixel, from PayPal, from Venmo. There is always from Amazon Prime. So if you call that, there is a number. Do not call the number. It's a trap. If you want to reach out because you have Amazon Prime, because you have Geek Squad, call the official number that's listed on the official website. Go to official website and reach out and
Welcome,
talk to people.
welcome.
You call them. Don't go to your email, to your invoice,
Mashing up
and you click it,
chickpeas.
and you call it, and then you screw.
And for the love of God, anytime someone tells you to keep something a secret, It's not. You can tell your family, tell a loved one, ask questions. You're never going to be hurt for pausing and asking questions. That's never going to hurt you. If they're telling you it's going to hurt you, then they have nefarious.
Don't rush. They want you to rush. They want you like it's happening. And you, of course, especially the elderly people, especially as an old generation that build in handshake, right? You open a business, you don't write any. There's no lawyers. It's like, brother, let's do it. Let's do it right. My trust, your trust. Let's do it. People still believe in this, right? People still doing this way, and that's why it's like, don't trust anybody. Don't rush. And somebody gonna say, I'm gonna arrest you. I'm gonna talk to people around. If you don't have relatives, if you don't have people around, go to your neighbor. Talk to somebody because they rely. If you're alone, if you're widow, there's nobody. Just talk to somebody. Just don't make decisions by yourself.
Wow. Those are all very great, easy to grasp little bullet points of advice for people. You just hit those bullet points.
And if you were scammed, don't be afraid to tell somebody. File reports, make a paper trail, and know that you will be retargeted 100% in different ways.
Really?
They'll call you again and say, oh, I heard you were scammed. I can help you get the money back. Here's what you need to do. And
Really?
Yeah, because your info gets spread on their databases. So your phone number, and then you're logged in their spreadsheets as someone who pays. So they'll be like, oh, she'll pay. She got scammed before. We have proof. So we're going to go after her this way now, or this way now. But you'll be you'll be
Oh, it's called a recovery
it's
scam?
one version of it, yeah. But you'll be retargeted millions and millions of times.
Are
So
you
you
kidding?
either have to change your number or just don't answer it when you need.
You must change your number because when they know that they already took money from you, you next one. They take your information. They
sell it to other
They sell it
scammers.
to other who gonna tell, hey, have you been scammed before? Yes, I was. What kind of scam? PayPal, right? Yeah, PayPal. How did you know? We can help you to get your money back. And then gonna do it again.
That's terrible. So evil.
Yeah. It's easy.
So I also had no idea that people were trafficked into doing these types of scams. So that's awful also. How heartbreaking.
I think we were one of the first as well when we were first starting to really explore that like the humanity of it, because like I'll never apologize or if a scammer or excuse what he's doing. But there are the rare cases which we encountered very early on in our channel where you see how these low-level freshers, as they call them in the call centers, are.
Freshers?
Yeah, they're just the bottom first guy to call you on the phone. You know, most of them are pieces of shit. But every now and then you get the story of someone who's like, I really am forced to be. Like perfect example is Bente. He has his own travel show on our platform now. He's a friend of ours. We helped him get out of this horrible. But his situation was that he was hired very young. He had a family. He needed to provide for his kids. They didn't tell him it was a scam. He just thought he was taking a call center job. Once he's in there and he's reading their scripts, and he got arrested. And then the boss paid off the police to get him out. But he said to Bente, he's like, you have to keep working for me or I'm going to have to put you back. So he's
Because he
literally,
paid to get him out.
yeah. So he's being slave labored into doing this. And you just have nowhere to run. You have nowhere to, can't do anything. So everything's corrupt over there.
I think
Everything's corrupt here too, but it's way worse. Over there.
Different type of
It's
corruption.
here they pretend to hide it. There they don't. It's bribery and paying people off. It's like,
We help maybe over a dozen scammers to leave their job. We call our fan base from Trilogy Media, we call them squad. This is the whole reason why we're still kicking, we're doing this, and they believe in us when we were nobody. Still nobody. We somehow have to be professional and aggressive.
we're grateful every step of the way. So grateful to be here.
Yeah.
And
I don't think you're nobody. I think you sound pretty important. And
We're
pretty
here because
viral.
of the team and the people who know us.
and our fans, we will start GoFundMe to help the business, to open legit business for those kids who became scammers. One, they had no transportation. We bought him a cab, a taxi cab. Another one for the guys, but you have in America, when you go to CVS and you can do pictures for your passport, like all this stuff. It was like, we have to travel for 5-10 hours to take a picture for passport ID or driver license. I want to open this shop in my own village, so we help them to get, printers, to get
And he
everything
documents it. So he can
Documents
show
it, of
people
course,
that, like,
right?
this is happening.
And did we get betrayed by those people? Yes, we did. And that's why only out of those 10 that we helped open legit businesses for them, they always fucking go back. They do exactly. Not always, but the majority.
It's a rare
They
exception.
just,
Bente was a rare
yeah,
exception.
that's why we have only 1 or 2 out of those dozens that we help that actually,
They go back to scamming? Is
Yeah.
that what you mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
Or they
And they
just,
will call us and we'll say, hey, Trilogy, if you're not gonna pay us money,
one guy did that. That
to
was
help us, one guy, yes. I'm gonna go back to scamming people. So you
So he was
choose.
scamming you to keep him from scamming?
Yeah.
Wow.
by playing the sympathy card, playing on our heartstrings, which, is
Don't do that.
a
It's
weakness
bad.
of mine.
It's like, hey, I have to provide for my family, so I have no options. So I'm yeah.
Now, do you think that really is the root of it? Is that people have very few other options to have gainful employment, like legitimate
That's
employment?
always their go-to excuse.
Hmm.
You know,
Or
Would
do you
say
think
not.
that's the real? Is that really real?
Being like, I came from Soviet Union republics. I know how the propaganda worked
Mhm.
when they said America is bad. This West, everything bad comes from West. Like America is an evil, right? We went to India. And Russia and India, they've been friends for freaking generations. They always support each other, same mentality.
Mhm.
They have pride to fuck American people.
Mm.
They do it, they're like, oh my God. And when we do live streams, right, and we talk to them and they recognize us, or we like push the buttons, they're like, yeah, you Americans are stupid. You're like, it's so easy to scam you. You know how much money we're taking from you guys? Like I'm driving this car, I'm doing this. So I think it's a mix of lack of opportunities, and that's what you grew up, that you've been raised on. America is bad.
Well, you have a unique perspective that you always bring to it because you grew up poor, right? So when a scammer that tells you, "Well, I'm poor and I have no opportunities, that's why I'm doing this," like that doesn't fly with you.
Well, that's why it's my trigger. I was like, no, it's not. Get another job. Get another, like nobody.
We went to India and there are plenty of real jobs people do. 99% of the people we interacted with there were gracious and wonderful and hospitable.
What is it called?
Tapris, hospitality. I mean, everyone was amazing.
Anything that when you sell
That's a Tapri, yeah. Ramon, the Ramon fucked us over too. Yeah, we got him one of those
street food.
Street vendors.
Is legendary in India.
Yeah.
I mean, you can die from it if you, especially for us.
Oh, let's go get
They
some
were
of
popping
that.
up podiums like they were Skittles from
Oh my God.
disaster.
But when you see like big business owners, like I'm immigrant. I came to this beautiful country of America, right? God bless this country. I'm an American citizen. I'm gonna freaking something happen. You're going down. This is my country. I protect this. This is my baby.
Yeah.
And that's why when I meet cashews and they don't speak English or they don't talk shit about America, I was like, dude, if you don't like it, just go. If you immigrant,
welcome.
do something good. Don't be
We're
like
gonna steal from our elders,
Right,
from our
exactly.
grandparents. Like, come on.
Absolutely, yeah.
And when I see that locals with zero opportunities, having all these pushing carts that you can sell potatoes, fruits, vegetables, over Pepsi Cola, whatever. And we have this kid, he has like 18 brothers and sisters, and he's like, guys, I'm a scammer. All I need, please, if you can help me to start business. And we bought him this stuff, the thing that you can go around and like, hey, I have potatoes cheaper than this guy. And it worked that way, he worked for a little bit, got in fight, and something happened.
It was a great video though. He screwed us over once, and then when we went to India and he didn't tell him, and he surprised me, and I would tell him, making fun of him about it. And he shit his pants. Like I've never seen the soul leave the face
Oh my
more than that
God.
moment.
Well, the
videos
James
you can watch.
Media Art International is going to be hiding
One
in
of our
Kolkata,
local-
in a hotel, in a bathroom.
Oh my God.
One of our local insiders friends. It's just, hey, I want to come talk to you. I have an opportunity. And
You're sure, right? They help you. Oh, yeah, come. I have opportunities for you.
yeah, and then we would.
You show up in the room, I'm like, what's happening with the money? Because we put our fucking name on it. Our squad helped you to open the business.
Yeah.
What did you fucking do with the business?
Yeah. What did he do with it?
Years. Lost it. He's 20. There is no brain. There is nothing. We set him up for success. Stop scamming. Sell your vegetables. Do the stuff that everybody's doing it.
Yeah. And he just lost it.
Yeah.
That's hard, isn't it? I mean, I was pretty dumb when I was 22.
We always
I would have probably lost it too.
But you know what I always say? If I was 20 and this American guy came to me and said, hey, Art, I want to improve your life.
Mhm.
I want to fucking open a business for you.
Mhm.
I will be praying for you. I will be grateful for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
That you choose me, you give me that opportunity to do better in my life.
That's
Right.
you. That's why you're here.
And when you go with the same mentality,
Yeah.
and you're trying to teach this guy that, listen, like, we have a family, like, you know how many people we can help, but we're helping you?
Mhm.
Just do something about
Yeah. Be integrous to that.
You can lead a horse to water, but
it. I was trying to say this straight, but I don't know.
I found the ending right.
You know, when you start a business, you have a lot of what ifs. Like, what if it doesn't work? What if no one buys anything? What if I can't build a website? What if I don't know what I'm doing? What if I run out of money? Well, Shopify is a commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. From household names like Skims, Chubbies, Gymshark to brands just getting stuck in. We use Shopify every day here at Pretty Boy Productions. Get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand style. What if people haven't heard about my brand? Well, Shopify helps you find your customers with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns. And what if I get stuck? Shopify is always around to share advice with their award-winning 24/7 customer support. It's time to turn those what ifs into cha-ching with Shopify today. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/wife. Go to shopify.com/wife. That's shopify.com/wife. Cha-ching. How do you keep yourself positive?
That's a
You're
good
both
question.
really positive guys.
Well,
Well, this is our passion, it's like,
we have shit days. Don't get me wrong. I mean, when we ventured, it's actually one of the big influences he had on my life, and like just our kind of beginnings together.
Well, what were your beginnings together?
Well, we both moved here with the exact same like dreams, but we were just obviously coming from complete opposite.
Did you know each other before you moved here?
No,
Okay.
no.
How'd you meet?
We were mutual friends.
mutual friends.
Yeah.
I went to Stellar Academy.
Stellar,
Stella Adler Academy.
also known on the
Yes.
streets of Stellar.
Yeah, Stella. And mutual friend taking acting classes
Uh-huh.
in LA. And I was auditioning for a role, like whatever, Law and Order. And I was like running lines with him, and he was like, hey, Art, do you mind? Like, there is a friend who lives in Reseda. He's like us, want to be filmmakers, want to make some stuff happen. He gonna come. I was like, yeah, of course. So he's going to show up. That was 2011.
2011 or so, yeah. And I mean, I was positive, but I was also in a time in my life where really miserable. I was working jobs I hated. Like I had been in LA for a couple of years with minimal traction, and was just spending so much of my time. And I didn't. It was his influence on my life as the immigrant and just the go-getter and the nothing's going to stand in
I'm
my
working
way
for people.
mentality.
Let's do a fucking business.
To
Let's do it. Let's open company. Let's go.
help me realize that I was enough. Like I could make it happen myself.
Mhm.
And so I think we complemented each other. We're complete opposite people, but it kind of works. Especially with our duo on the channel. And,
I always was, growing up and see friendship. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, right?
Mhm.
now, older I get, I learn from which families they came and whatever, they made it. They came, they made it, 2 friends, to present day, making shit happening, amazing. They were like, Ash, if they did it, well, we can do it. 2 friends, we can write, we can produce, we can direct, we can do this, we can act. We don't need Hollywood to give us that golden ticket just to wait until somebody's gonna take a chance. We tried, write scripts, go to the studios. There's all this politics involved. There is this. Do you have escrow in your escrow account? Do you have money? Can I put my wife in your movie? Can I do this? And there is always something where I was like, Ash, enough is enough. Let's do YouTube. Let's do something. Let's be us.
Yeah.
And we kind of like turned our back on Hollywood. And it was.
Well, I also I was putting every ounce of my being into trying to be what I thought everyone wanted me to be. You know, and you're kind of trying to do that when you're auditioning for stuff. You're just like, oh, what do they want? I'm trying to be that. You know.
So you came here to be an actor too?
Yeah, we both.
Okay.
I mean, we both had aspirations of creating our own content as well. It wasn't just for acting, even though acting was a central part of that. Just it's LA, and it was 10 years ago when things were in a shit show. You know, so we both had that, but we both had aspirations to do our own things. But I think because I was spending so much time trying to, it was really Trilogy that just I'm like I can just be myself. And I like to say I'm a totally different person I was back then. I'm not really not. I'm just allowing myself to be myself now.
Right.
Versus
You're more yourself than you were then.
Yeah, and Trilogy brought over now a decade has kind of transformed me into that. But to your point, like it's hard sometimes because we deal with shit people every day. Like we're constantly looking at how people are fucking each other over, and it's like, are there good people? I know there's good people. There's amazing people, but our squad is like after people reminding us.
Oh, hey, Jonathan Anderson, 6851.
Shit human beings.
Well, I'm peeling a soft-boiled egg, and if there's a big chunk of egg white, then I just kind of scoop it out and eat it because I don't want to waste it.
We have how many arrests? Probably 30, 25, 30 arrests.
For just that? What?
And then you have to
I'm gonna mash it up.
prosecutors, DAs.
It's a disaster in itself.
And that's why when you see, when like this is us, when police or anybody, if you do an amazing job, we're gonna glorify you. We're gonna put you in a pedestal. Like we don't even like, hello police. We know where the scammers are. We know their locations. We have these. We have these. All you have to do, please, do the arrest, claim your rewards, get your bonuses for Christmas. Just take this piece of shit so he would not go after your grandma or my grandma.
Yeah.
Right?
Or your kid or my kid.
Yeah.
Nothing happens, and then it took us 10 freaking years until we sold our show, until we finally find a sheriff who want to do something about it, which is John Ray from Arkansas County, and he was like, guys, our county.
How are you guys doing today?
And there is rats.
Oh, it does make gas?
Going
Oh.
and destroying.
They're having a cash flow problem. Like a lot of
It's
their older
nutritious.
Texas sports fans and cash flows were coming to this little town in the middle of Arkansas. And so, yeah, it was kind of,
He took a chance on us, and we were shooting our TV show, and he was like, guys, all right, it's never been done before, where YouTubers actually work hand-to-hand with law enforcement, right? FBI, federal agents, we have canine dogs, we have police, helicopters, they put everything. And we just like, this is our chance to prove that we can make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened. We just got 2, 3 arrests, and then it just like,
episodes 2 and 4 of season 1 of Scam Getting Even is that. So it's just like, so that was our first Arkansas state.
and then other sheriffs, they saw our show,
Mm.
they start hearing that you can prosecute scammers, you can put this and this, and then another county, we just had like last week from Arkansas, from January, we had 4 arrests.
Arrest.
4 arrests.
That's
Now we got
amazing.
reached out for 3 different states, 3 different sheriffs, and it's like domino effect. Now we're going nationwide, and like, all right, so if Arkansas in the middle of nowhere, I
Yes.
you Walmart people did this,
Yes.
we can do this.
Yes.
You know, like LAPD, New York PD, Miami PD, they finger big fat middle finger to us, and they're like, we have no resources, go beat yourself, we have no time for this. We have homicide, we have cartel,
Leave us alone with
elderly
your
people,
fancy little
we don't
scams.
care, like, it doesn't matter to us. Arkansas did it, and now everybody like, hold on.
Hold on 1 second, right?
We have 49 more states to go.
Yeah.
That's amazing because really the erosion of society happens in the small places. I think it's not necessarily in murder and it's the tiny places. It's that theory of I don't know what the theory is called. It's called the broken window theory. If you have a lot of houses on one street that have broken windows, everything starts getting broken down. If you just fix the broken windows, everything starts lifting up.
I like
Right?
the theory, by the way.
It's,
Wow.
I didn't
Never
make
heard
the
about
theory up.
Yeah.
I read it in a book, and I don't remember the book, but it is about the small things. Actually, New York City, one of the maybe mayors of New York City took that theory and applied it in the, maybe misquoting this terribly, maybe the early 90s when New York City had a ton of crime, and said if we just clean up the trash, just pick up literally the garbage
Mhm.
and the petty crimes, the tiny crime. If we deal with the tiny crime, all of a sudden everything else starts kind of cleaning up, right?
Right. You're
But
absolutely right.
we don't have resources, so we just deal with the big stuff.
So we make it not even a crime to steal less than $1,000 in merchandise or whatever, you know.
Exactly.
Stuff that California did or whatever that is.
Oh,
you know, it's
California
like-
is the worst.
It's a disaster.
We got my daughter and I went to San Francisco to look at a college,
Oh.
and we drove from the airport to Shake Shack and walked in Shake Shack to pick up our stuff, and they like broke the glass and stole our luggage. I had air tags in the luggage, so I called the police and was like, we just got robbed, but I have an air tag. I can tell you exactly where my luggage was. And the lady said, well, we can't go after your luggage. That's a violation of that person's civil rights. And I went, hold on. They just stole my luggage out of my car. Is that not a violation of my rights? How is it a violation if I can make a noise and they have it? And
Well,
then
it's common
the
sense.
police said to me,
Thank you for having common sense.
right? But the police said to me, how do you know that's the person that actually took your suitcase? And I went, but isn't it possession of stolen property? Isn't that a crime? So you're going to accuse someone. She said this to me on the phone.
We
So
deal
you're
with
going to
this
accuse someone
every day. Yes.
of theft.
Yes,
And
that's
I'm just saying, I won't even press charges. Just give me my shit back.
Yeah.
Like you have my computer. You have
Did you get it back?
no.
Absolutely not.
No, a citizen found my suitcase on the side of the road, and it had a few items, because my daughter and I both had a carry-on, and we both had like our personal item, and we both had our laptops and our electronics in the personal item. We found my one suitcase. They had, it wasn't even locked, but they had ripped it open, and it had, my daughter is really into vintage clothing, and it had some of her vintage clothing in there, and that nice citizen shipped back what they found. But there was nothing really of value. It was just, emotional value. I guess my
Well,
daughter
you
was
were violated, too. It's like-
yes, and I could not believe that the criminals' rights were more important than mine.
Mhm.
And I feel that we've lost sight of that a little bit, even with, like we were talking about earlier, the homeless situation. I know I'm friends with a psychologist, and he said, I can't go into a homeless encampment and treat anybody because I am violating their civil rights, even though I can see them muttering to, they're
those,
having
yeah.
mental health problems. It's not just about drugs. You can identify and diagnose a mental health problem, and I cannot treat that person and help them become maybe perhaps not homeless anymore with treatment, but that is a violation. But that guy
When
can
did
take
it
a
happen?
shit on my front yard, and I can't, because we had this homeless guy pulled up in front of my house in a camper and dumped his feces on the street. But that's not a violation of my civil rights. It's insane.
It's insane.
So if they would take
There's-
care of
There's
this,
too many people that control shit that want to do anything but fix the problem. Case in point is the new bill they're trying to pass to criminalize exposing fraud. They call it the Anti-Nick
hold
Shirley
on,
Act.
they're criminalizing
I
exposing
could be
fraud.
misquoting the details, but there's a journalist named Nick Shirley just exposed a ton of fraud in Minnesota. He does more like fraud on the taxpayers, where we go after kind of more that are people that are targeting like innocent people. But it did in California too. Now they're trying to pass a bill where if you expose this fraud, you could be fined and put in jail by just document.
But why? But what is the justification for that?
We're not going to fix the fraud. We're going to punish the people doing something about it.
But why?
I don't know, because that's the thing is, it's
Are they getting a kickback from the people doing the fraud?
probably
No.
it's everything. It's like one hand is what people pushing down.
Mhm.
Yeah. What pushing for you? When did that happen to you in San Francisco?
2 years ago.
Okay. You know what's interesting? When I came to this beautiful dream country in 2009, right? 2010, right? Yeah, 2009. So I came to Los Angeles, then I moved to Bay Area, and downtown San Francisco
Ooh, Lordy.
was my immigration port, and this is a place when I have to go, come legal, stay legal, fight for everything, getting my green card, everything, right? It has such a special place in my soul.
Mhm.
This is where my golden ticket, golden country.
Mm.
And I spent so much time in that place, loved it, adored it. Broke as bitch, but I loved it. You know,
Yes.
you sleep
It's a
in.
beautiful city.
It's
I
a
love
beautiful
that
city.
city.
You didn't rob anyone's car. Right, exactly. Buy it for yourself. And got my papers. Then 2016, you came to my inauguration, got my American citizenship. Everything is amazing. And I haven't been in Bay Area for so long. And then I'm filming something. I went to Bay Area and my soul was broken.
Aw.
People leaving their cars and they're opening their cars open, and specifically windows and specifically a trunk open, hatches to making sure to show criminals that there is nothing to steal.
Yes, I know.
Just we were sitting out there before this, and I was scrolling Instagram, and I saw a video of they call it the zombie people. They're literally on fentanyl, just keeled over, just standing in the street. There's like 12 of them. I mean, it's just like it's an apocalypse.
Heart-wrenching. I was just in San Francisco too, and in certain places it's just San Francisco, and then you go one street over, and you're like, whoa, is this apocalypse? What's going on? It's really so
And
sad.
it just happened recently, like the last 10 years, last whatever years, it's just like this switch kept. I was COVID really.
It was
fucked a lot of people
COVID.
up, you know?
I heard from people who live in San Francisco that it was COVID. That COVID changed that city. It's really a shame.
Changed a
It's
lot.
a beautiful, amazing city with so much history.
Even California, it's a golden,
Oh,
why it's called
California.
Golden State.
Yeah, it's the
now
best,
it's the
and
best.
it's confusing.
But excuse me, as a business owners, as you are, as we are, how many our friends moved out from California? We're like last standing. And like yesterday, we have like 2 offices. One is Trilogy Media Podcast, one is Trilogy Media Production Company, second floor, whatever. And like you always closing gate and looking
Over your shoulder.
over your shoulder. And yesterday I look over the shoulder and there is an intruder, homeless guy,
What?
staring at me. I had already left. I didn't know about that. And I
Oh,
know that besides us right now at 7, 8 o'clock, there's nobody. He don't belong here. It's not our neighbors. It's like it's a small community. I know everybody. And I got in verbal confrontation, and he was like, I'm gonna kick your ass.
I was like, well, try me.
Yeah, you're not a small human.
Yeah, that helps.
That helps.
We'll do confrontations and he's 6'5". Like,
But
I feel a little
the
bit.
thing is that you have to, like,
That shouldn't have happened.
yes,
Because that's the
to
point.
have tents next to your business that you have to go
And if you call the cops on him, I would have fun.
And you pay so much
God,
to run a business in
that's why
California.
all the big businesses and oil companies and everything, everybody left. Like I said, we like last freaking Flintstones.
I don't know how people have made it. Like, we're so freaking fortunate to have what we have in Trilogy and everything that we started before COVID, even though we did sign a 2-year office lease literally 2 weeks before COVID.
Oh my gosh.
But other than that, we're grateful. And for those, though, that are just relying on the arts or the passion, and I have no idea how people have survived.
Okay, I'm gonna go through some questions.
Yeah.
I have some good questions. I know, we've been talking for 45 minutes
Oh my
and no
gosh.
questions.
Don't touch your ear off. I'm sorry.
Please.
Okay, if I'm traveling abroad, do you have tips to protect myself from getting scammed or money stolen?
Yeah,
That's fine. We just think you
just did a Berlin
pickpocket.
street scam
Yeah.
video. Yes. Same kind of
What, do you
thing.
have a video about it?
Yeah, we just got it a couple weeks ago, actually.
Okay, that's good.
We were in Berlin for a different reason, but we did a little video with Pickpocket London. Shout out to Diego.
When people walk with their passports, I never understood that. If you arrive to the hotel, go to what depositing,
Safe.
safe deposit, pull all your belongings, everything, gold, whatever you have, chains, everything. Take enough money, and if you don't want to use cash, just take your credit card with you.
I guess it depends on where you're going. I think one of the best tips we ever got was ahead of Nigeria, where they someone that went there told us, make sure you have a lot of $5 bills.
Oh, that's Africa. Well, that's
that's
why
But
where
why?
you're going.
But why?
Because everybody, including the government and law enforcement, operates on bribes. Open. When we went to the airport, like we just landed. You look on the government website and say all the vaccines you need, and we overpaid and we got all the vaccines. There's just some dude with a little foldable table at the airport, and in our party, he got the vaccine, but it wasn't in time. Like it has to be in your system a certain amount of time for it to count, and it technically didn't count. They just tipped him $10. He's like, all right, that's just how it works. So you put your luggage in the machine at the airport in Lagos. Like the guy taking your luggage off of it wants money for you to walk past. It's like it's blatant. So that's not
just to
necessarily the same thing,
go
but
from your gate when you landed through security check and passport control, you're already spending cash because every single freaking government official fucking taking money from you
Wow.
openly. And
But
they say,
that's not a scam, that's over.
Right, yeah.
That's just
well,
how it
that's
is.
why it depends where you're going. You know, if you're going to Africa, make sure you have enough cash because police gonna stop you if they see that you don't belong here, so we can take advantage of you.
Don't take free shit from people. That's a big one we see in a lot of tourist places. They'll want to give you bracelets. If they're dressed up in costumes, you know that here in Hollywood. You know, you don't take pictures with them because they're gonna extort you basically for money. Don't sign like sometimes like one in Berlin we saw they were holding like a fake petition for you to help deaf kids, but I mean it's horseshit. There's no company associated with it. They're just taking money for their pockets. Obviously pickpocketing is in a lot of big cities, so just keep it. You have your backpack
Tied to
yourself.
in the front,
Yeah.
Yes.
nothing in the back. If somebody's in the back, it should be your friend, your wife, your husband, whoever. Like you have to be in the group and always pay attention because for you think invisible, but your body language, your accent, the way you look like. Oh, there is a group of people already spoken you from airport and they know exactly which hotel you're going and they're sitting there waiting. What is your next move? You're going to eat? Okay, I'm going to be there waiting for you.
Don't play the 3 shell game. Another one. Don't play it.
Right?
It's all sleight of hand. The ball is not under the shell that you're supposed to be under.
Everything is manageable as long as you're not gonna get your passport stolen because that's pain in the ass. Go to the embassy. That's why you got your passport. Get to the hotel. Freaking put it. Live it. This is it.
Don't do what we do. Just watch and enjoy. We intentionally we're seeking out trouble. Don't do that.
Don't do that. I know my daughter just went to Morocco, and I was like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a picture of your passport, and
That's a
I'm
big
going to print a hard copy
And take the copy with you.
and
instead
take
of
the
the
copy
Such a smart mom. Love it.
exactly. I was like, that way, even if your passport gets stolen, even if your phone is stolen with your passport, leave that copy somewhere that's not with your stuff. So at least you have, here's a copy of it, you know?
Another tip, emergency numbers. If your phone stolen, back in the days,
Yes.
you have everything in your head.
Yes.
You want to call this girl, this girl, this
Yes,
girl?
that's
Okay,
right.
Natasha, this is this number. Tatiana, this is this number. Yekaterina. And everything comes from your head. Do we know anything nowadays?
Yes,
No, nothing.
no.
So when things got stolen, you empty. You don't know what to do. So write number of embassy, write the number of your mom and dad or whatever. And when something happened, you're like, I have a piece of paper.
Yes.
Everything that I need.
Yes, that's what I did. I made her an entire itinerary of all of her flight information and printed it out in a hard copy and put it in her luggage, not her backpack, but in her luggage. And I was like, so if anything happens, everything you need is here. I don't think she touched it, but I felt better
Because, yes.
because she's only 19 and she'd never been to a country like Morocco. She was going with a friend on a tour.
Go watch Taken. That's the premise right there.
Yeah, exactly.
2 young adult females
Yeah.
going to a foreign country and
Yes.
making little mistakes.
Exactly. So anyway, okay.
Morocco, people play really great soccer for Morocco.
Yeah. Here's
Because Spain is next door. We were in Spain
Oh, okay.
shooting our documentary last year, and I was like, oh my god, Morocco is so close. I was like, God, nobody can touch Morocco right now.
I was like, oh my god.
We're so different, it's crazy.
So different. Okay, safest methods to store passwords. Do you need a password manager?
It's a lot better than nothing. Just do your research on good ones.
And a password manager, for people who don't know, is what? Is like a LastPass, a
Yeah,
dash
it's
line.
basically one centralized platform that creates random, unique passwords for everything. You don't have to remember them. They'll have it there for you to log in easily. It's you should. I think you should, especially if you have a lot of accounts, which everyone does now. I would just say you have to turn on two-factor authentication no matter what.
Okay.
For everything, like texting you a code. You know, that's the bare minimum. The authenticator apps are safer than.
I hate that. But
I do
that's
too.
what-
They're a pain in the ass. But yeah, with two-factor authentication, when they text you a code, if your phone number somehow got hijacked and ported to a different device, they could then get your one-time passcode for signing in. Or if someone has remote access to your computer, they can also get it that way. At least the authenticator apps are changing every 30 seconds, like the one-time code. So at least they can't like hijack that.
They have 30 seconds.
Yeah. But it's, a password manager is a lot better than most options of you writing it down or just trying to have a variation of the same password for every platform.
No,
It's
that's
not
me.
everyone does it, but it's all it takes is one of those passwords to get leaked, and then they can get every other password from you.
But you see, I'm opposite.
You're a disaster with passwords.
I write everything and I hide in 3 different locations.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's
Do
one
you
way.
write it in triplicate?
Yes,
Okay.
So the most important one at home, one on this, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
All
Do
right.
what works for you. Yeah, I would research a really good, trusted, reliable one that you know is good and legit, and turn on 2FA. You're in a pretty good. You're not immune, but you're in a decent position.
It helps.
Above most. Yeah.
But usually our friends, hackers, we usually laugh about it. We're like, yeah, I can. The 2 factors, we have your face ID, just like, just give me a couple minutes, I will get you. I mean,
It all depends. They have to really be targeting you specifically.
if somebody wants to get something from you,
For the vast majority of scams that are reaching out to people in bulk, you'll be relatively okay with those kind of questions.
Gotcha. So if you're targeted specifically, there's just it's almost like this. We went on this big trip in Montana, and we were learning how to shoot guns with my daughters. And this guy was talking about a bear. My daughter was like, "Well, what do you do when you see a bear?" And he said, "A black bear, you fight. A grizzly bear, you play dead. If a polar bear sees you,
You lay down and let them
there's
eat you.
nothing
well,
you
that's
can
like
do."
people underestimate because polar bears, they're so beautiful,
Yeah,
so
all the polar bears I run into,
They're
I
so,
underestimate them.
so like teddy bears, but they the one, the vicious one.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, he was like, "You're dead.
Yeah, you know,
He
there's
can
no-
see you all the way on that mountain, and if he's coming for you,
he can
You're
smell you
dead.
from 69 kilometers away.
It shows us such a funny bit about them. Make yourself big, you know. You just have to not be the slowest person in the group.
there you go. That's it. Okay, what is it?
Yeah.
Then you're screwed.
Yeah.
Okay, what is a VPN, and should I be using one?
VPN is a virtual private network. So basically, and I'm not like, and look, we're not techie guys. We don't claim to be ethical hackers or anything like that. There's a million other channels and a lot of other scam daters that are way smarter at that. We're more boots on the ground documentarians, but we understand the basics of it, and we have friends that we can call if we have a question. But VPN is a pretty basic way for you to encrypt your presence online. So when you're connecting, especially if you're using public Wi-Fi. So if you're in Starbucks and you log into the Wi-Fi on your phone has a unique IP address, and it's intercepting that traffic to a public thing. So if you're connecting to like a decoy network, or like if someone has made a scammy version of Starbucks and you connect to the wrong one, it's basically they can access all of your stuff. Like it just makes you really vulnerable. So a VPN is like an intermediary between your device and connecting to the internet that
Okay.
changes your IP address. You're basically connecting through their servers, which are protected, as opposed to you just putting your device on.
I see. That
So
makes sense.
it's got other benefits too, where you can like change your location, like your virtual location. So you can know who you are. Yeah, and also just, for online. Like if you want to get the British version of Netflix, you can like change the location. So it's good for just encrypting basic internet traffic and not having your personal identity and IP address just up for the taking if you're in public.
But also there is a reverse thing that we call them scammers, right? When we got this email from Geek Squad, right?
Mhm.
Number that you call and they're like,
Okay,
"Alright, so,
I gotta go.
have you
Thanks
been
for
using
joining.
Wi-Fi?"
Bye.
Yeah, of course, Starbucks and the likes or whatever. Exactly, this is what happened to you through public Wi-Fi.